with the Sphinx. I don't know if it's news, just shit I'm going to talk about. You know, whatever. Gaming. Blue Sky is the new cool app. If you guys haven't been there yet, go check it out. I'm currently on there. Have over 500 followers in the first week or so that's kind of cool. That's about how many friends I have on Facebook, so seems like it's actual social media, not like commercials and kind of propaganda, but of course here I am posting propaganda, so whatever. This is how I'm feeling lately. Like everybody just drove our current bus that we're all on right off a cliff. Owned us. Great. What else is going on? Oh yeah, Dr. Oz. Good choice. Good choice for head of the Department of Health. Whatever he is. God. These are my posts, so, you know, I'm gonna go probably through Blue Sky and show some other posts. Man. God's looking out for us. I don't know if you guys follow him. He's a good follow. Hilarious. Good friends. I feel like I'm in touch with God regularly. I don't know if I'm going to accept the apology yet, but I'm glad he's putting it out there. Looking at the universe and seeing Elon Musk. Kind of a chocolate and vanilla flavors going on here. Elon admits that any post on X with a link is throttled. Yeah, we know. We've been on Twitter. It sucks. It's like something was literally sucking the life out and then pumping me full of garbage. Like it was either ads or Elon's posts. Neither of which I was too keen to spend much time on. Glad we got rid of that. Gavin Newsom. Gonna keep the EV credit in. I say good. I bought an electric vehicle. I think they're amazing. Other than the, you know, places where you charge them getting vandalized all the freaking time. That's not too cool. However, I will say that they are super because every time I wake up in the morning, my car's full of gas or, you know, electricity. It's not like I, you know, ever have an empty tank when I get up in the morning. Something to consider when you're like, oh, I never see the fit chargers being used. Well, half of them get vandalized because some tweaker thinks they can sell the cord for copper, and the rest of the time people just already have their cars full of the fuel they need. Typically, they're used by older model vehicles. I have a 2012, I want to say, Nissan Leaf, and it only gets like maybe 40 miles, so I definitely use those chargers quite regularly. And paying pennies as it is and always having it full just means I'm always happy driving that vehicle. Never a problem. What is going on Twitter these days? Pretty much, we'll just do visuals because, you know, less is more. You guys can figure this out for yourselves. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know if I want to do a show or a video game thing or just news and politics. So here it is, a combination of everything. Me just talking. I am looking forward to when we deport all the immigrants, these blonde-haired, blue-eyed mega supporters out in the fields working. Should really stoked to do that job. I know I can't wait. I've been looking for a farm job for a long time. As a tattoo artist and graphic designer. I can't see how that wouldn't affect food prices. Supporting all the immigrants. 3 days ago I was in 500 followers, so we'll be... Yeah! Smash that yeet and subscribe button. Tariffs not looking too brilliant as a move. Why don't we try something else? Because there's a way to get out of taxes if you're rich. Not so much if you're poor. Feel free to screenshot these and share them with people. I don't care. They're here for you. I'm here for you. I want a community of intelligent, educated people making decisions. So know that most of my posts are going to lean a little bit left currently because I'm just kind of bummed about the current political situation, and I don't feel like super right-wing is the way to go because I haven't seen a lot of honesty when you swing too far right or too far left on politics. I'd always considered myself a center-right Republican, but when you see stuff like Vindman is on the payroll of Ukrainian oligarchs, really? Really? I know this is untrue, but let's see what just... It depends on someone defending it. Uses a whistleblower. Yeah, so Musk is accusing this poor bastard of being treasonous because he blew the whistle on Elon Musk. Yeah, that seems about right. First buddy Elon Musk uses Trump. He said, yeah, because he tried to impeach him. Alexander Vucic. Yeah, but where's this Ukrainian scandal coming from? Think we'll find something? Or is it just all the news is about the drama that doesn't exist? He said this, said this. Look, if they're running impeachments against Donald Trump, who's a known criminal, I don't see how this is some Ukrainian plot. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, same shit, different page. Well, like I said, I'd love to find something that was relevant to that even being real, but of course you're going to see 25 different news sites about the fact that there's an argument about this and not a single one posting where this is coming from. So, super awesome job, news. Elon's a little pissed, yeah. A blue cry pedos guy. Everybody that Elon and Mega don't like is a pedophile. This is the stupidest argument. I wish we could doing it. This is me. I said, man, if politics were football, we're about to have 2 quarterbacks and 9 kickers as our defensive line. Swear to God. They're like, hey, you know what we need? We need outsiders to shake it up a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, but politics is a really complicated game that's played a very specific way. And shaking it up with the outsiders is kind of like doing that. You're not stacking the deck in a way that the opponents are going to be like, oh wow, you're so clever, you came up with people that we would have never expected. They're like, holy shit, you have inexperienced morons that are going to be manipulated by just about anybody around them because they don't know what they're doing to begin with. And as they slowly get their feet under them, they'll already be, you know, in a position where people have put them on their backs. It's silly. It's silly. What's this one? Oh, the full, full statement from President in Mexico. This is like the first page of the full statement, but you pretty much get the idea where this is going. She already shut them down saying, like, you didn't stop the caravans, fool. They've been stopped since 2023. And it's because we've been working with the Biden administration to come up with a comprehensive policy to assist migrants from different parts of the world who are entering the country, both legally and illegally. And it doesn't look like they had anything, like any of them have anything to do with the illegal crossings, you know, like, oh, we're going to just put the illegal guys over here and we're just going to sneak them in. Like, that's fucking stupid. If somebody's doing something illegal, nobody knows about it. Like, there's not a switch you can hit that suddenly says no illegals. But I'm just giving Biden the plug on that one because it's good and nice to hear that the caravans are actually stopped. And according to even our Customs and Border Patrol, they're down 75%. Scientists are joining Blue Sky, so scholars, academics. I feel like this is a good place. This is where I'm kind of starting this video here because a lot of good posts and a lot of good people have joined recently. And it's always fun to take swipes at Elon Musk. But I do this on X too, so don't think I'm exclusively posting to the left-wing sites. I do feel like this would have been a better choice than we currently have. Cringe. Yeah, she's out freaking feeding the homeless and the hungry. What's he doing? I'm on fucking line shitting on people. It's hard to see the difference. But hey, at least we got RFK, as our health secretary. God, whatever the fuck he's gonna be. This is even scarier. I know it's Iggy Pop, but I guess they have that in common. They both used heroin to help cure a lot of their problems in life. Probably create a whole host of others that they haven't mentioned. But I did decide to celebrate and be nice and throw pictures up and not just be a politically jaded poo-poo head. Thanksgiving. That's just kind of a weak recap. It's hard to forget, though. I really don't know what we voted for. I mean, every day of the last Trump administration, I felt like the country was actively on fire. And I was somewhat apolitical, thinking, well, it's better than Hillary. But I don't know that there's a good way to politic. I don't know that any one person has the answer or any group of people have the answer. But I do know that there's large groups that are trying their best for all of us, and there are small groups that are trying the best for some of us. And to me, that's the huge difference right now, so I'm currently leaning somewhat left on my politics. Huge fan of Mark Cuban, don't know if you know who he is, but he created a Cost Plus Drugs website where you can kind of beat the regulators and everybody who's trying to gouge on the price of your much needed medications, and with him you can get it at basically the cost plus shipping or whatever it is. I think they make a couple bucks, but it's really almost nothing. And good guy, you probably know him from Shark Tank and stuff. I hope he punts on one of my ideas. I have this really good idea where I want to use ChatGPT to do live fact checking on videos. I think it'd be really cool to see kind of where those statements are leaning politically and have it fact checked against a bunch of fact checking websites. Anyhow, that's a lot of what I've been doing on Blue Sky. Obviously my website's up and working and stuff like that. Scroll through my portfolio real quick. Crap I worked on. I wouldn't say it's a portfolio, it's just kind of stuff I uploaded that I thought was cool that I was working on, but it is my work. Most of it wholly original, so it ends up being a portfolio of sorts. It's fun to scroll through here and look at some of the cool tattoos I got to work on. And Trogdor the Burninator! The music you're enjoying in the background is Higher Soul, also my band. My friend Sean Kirkendile, and I work on it along with the various other musicians throughout the Tacoma area. Produced some pretty good results. Kind of happy with it. All about me. I do have a Steezy Ape. I don't know if you guys into NFTs, but Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Apes and Steezy Apes are kind of the same vein, so this is the hip-hop gangster version. I use it as an online profile, so if you see that around, that's me. You'll notice gold, 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 gold. It's kind of a trend. Some clients we worked with. Contact info. Also got a couple GoFundMes up right now. This is my one for my fact-checking app that I talked about. Take a look at that real quick. Always good to have this up on here. As you can see, I have nobody donating, so be the first to donate. Help me get this thing out and going. I do need to hire somebody to check the code for me and test this thing and then release it, and we'll be able to fact check live video, news sources, etc., etc. It's just a demographic of what I thought it could look like, but I think I might refine that a little bit more once we start getting some donations and stuff.
Take one.
Also, I came up with a cool way of doing power transmission on electronics and doing circuit boards. It's another fun little idea I had. But, get into that later. Guild of Evil Scientists. I figured I called my create a guild for these things or something. I don't know. Just to make it more fun, more interesting. If you haven't, Ground News, absolutely spectacular site to get your news. As you can see, they'll give you kind of a right, left, center leaning factual basis on all the news articles you're reading. So hopefully you're avoiding biases and you know, too much unsubstantiated claims. That's why I hope you guys come to me and realize, oh shit, this guy's fact-checking himself and making sure he's not just reading whatever Fox News or CNN or, you know, name your current trending news site is watching. I do like a lot of the YouTube channels. I'll give a shout out to Brian Tyler Cohen and Midas Touch and Luke Beasley. Again, they're somewhat left to center on their politics. Young Turks is a good one if you're trying to be more center right of it. And then of course you guys know where you can get your right wing stuff with Rogan, I guess, would be a good compliment to those guys, because he does self fact check and he does kind of try to stay somewhat moderate with his politics. But anyhow, Ground News, great website to do that, because they check all the other website sources and stuff. As we can see, the election wow, 2.5 million votes difference. But it looks like a landslide when you look at it, like this giant chunk of country that vastly unpopulated, but go Kansas. What's weird is it just went so the opposite direction with these senators. Like Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Wisconsin, Michigan, they all went blue with their senators, but for whatever reason the president went red. That one bugs me. What kind of sense does that make? Are you voting red down the ticket? You just really hate Kamala Harris for some reason. I don't know, I thought she was wonderful. I looked into her and some of the statements that were being made about her. I couldn't substantiate anything awful. She seemed like a hardworking prosecutor who's just been a politician her whole life, but I'm sure they've all got skeletons in their closet. Not like, you know, 5 bankruptcies, 34 felonies, basically a rape conviction, you know, like, she's not so bad. Anyhow, back over to games. Forgotten Runeverse coming out soon. Should be out this year. If you guys support any NFT gaming or you like to make money with your games, this is a really good way to get into it, because a lot of the Mavis stuff is centered around Axie and the Ronin chain, and you can pretty much send stuff over to your Ronin wallet if you don't have one pretty quickly from like Coinbase or whatever. So or you can just buy funds straight up. It's always nice. And then you could always interact with their chain and buy the various characters and hang on to them as collectibles and trade them and sell them. The nice thing is I can always get funds out if I need it. I hope I'm not speaking to people who know what I'm talking about, so I'm not talking to them like kids. But as you can see, the floor price on Axies is about $3.30. It was about $3.50 a little earlier today. But I can always sell my Axies for that $3.50, which is kind of cool. So if I had bought 10 of them or 100 of them or used them as an investment tool, when the price goes up and down, it's just like a cryptocurrency. It also goes up and down. Problem is each one's individualized, so one, it has the collectability factor. 2, you can't just sell them in mass easily like you can with cryptocurrency. So it does have a bit more of a personalized feel to things. As you can see, I've got about 17 X's. I used to have about 100, but I just haven't been playing the game much anymore, so I decided to liquidate all but my favorites. As you can see, I'm a big fan of the Topaz Red Eyes. Topaz is the name of them, I know it's not the color. Keep a few warriors. I'm usually pretty high ranked when I play competitively, so I decided to hang on to those. But man, when that Forgotten Runeverse comes out, guys, that's going to be a hit. And Mavis Market gives you access to all sorts of cool games. where you can buy tokens and characters and in-game items and all that stuff, and trade it later instantly. So it's usually not cumbersome to pop stuff in and out of the game and sell it and make a couple bucks. These markets stay nice and active, and some of them even kind of interact on some level. Like, you can earn a bunch of tokens in one game, cash it out, buy a bunch of items that you want in another game, and kind of build that game out to make more tokens, and then cash those out and buy a bunch of tokens for a different game. And, potentially, if you worked it out right, you could probably be playing a few of these games and just be making money and cashing it out constantly. So props to those who have figured it out. I just don't have the time and patience and energy for all the various games, along with the politics and just being a single father, raised a kid, blah, 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 blah. But definitely one to check out is that Forgotten Runeverse, because that one, if you're into Final Fantasy or you like those early World of Warcraft kind of style games, it's an MMORPG for sure, but it's got that classic digitized look. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I like my graphics, upscaled, but as for what it was super fucking fun to play. I couldn't stop playing this stupid thing, and it was just on it was on beta for like 2 weeks, so super fun game to play. And you can buy lands fairly cheaply right now. I suggest grabbing one of those. They're only like 60, 50, 70 bucks, and the game will be out next week. And I'm always keeping my eye on the items. When those get down cheap enough, sweep them up. They'll get down to 8 cents occasionally for the good ones. So another good market to keep your eye on, because I believe the game's supposed to be out in a month or two, and that'll be huge, because I guarantee you, once all this stuff's revealed, the price is going to skyrocket. You're not going to see 75-cent items and dollar mounts or whatever they are. Where's the mounts? These are the ones I think will be worth the most. Right here. It's Quantum Gift mount. Yeah. Familiar and mounts. They're $2 right now, but if you can imagine, hey, your little buddy that you're going to float around with, or your horse that you're riding, might be a pretty decent item, especially when we don't know what's going to be revealed here either. And it's $2 to roll the dice on it, so I've been sweeping them up. Anyhow, that's it for the show. Hope you enjoyed it. I was just doing some testing out all this stuff, and we'll call this the first episode of 20-Minute News here at 4 o'clock. Hope you guys have a great 420, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.